Hello, Cancer. Thank you very much for tuning into your love read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan. For supportive oracle cards, Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. I already shuffled. Let's go ahead and do religious. Relationship for a single second. Oracle cards come out where needed. Why does the word religion keep popping out of my mouth? That's kind of weird. Makes me wonder what I have in store for me today. I'm like, what's today going to be like for me? No, just a 2. Okay. Now, Cancer. I feel like this is something that's going to go... It seems like there's improvement going on here. We're heading towards improvement. I feel like you're okay in this. But I'm noticing where your partner is starting out from is the Ten of Swords. They seem to be having a hard time. I feel like this is causing like a little bit of a jumble between the two of you. Like things are maybe a little bit on shaky ground. Not in the sense of like the relationship is going to fail, but in the sense of like I feel like maybe you're not getting along as well at the moment. If this is hitting for you, if that's the case, there's something that something went really wrong. I don't feel like it's directly with this relationship, but something around them is hitting them very hard. They're very disappointed, very upset about something, very unhappy about something. Now, the challenge card for them is to not to hold to this moment for too long. The challenge card is the Two of Pentacles in the sense of like they need to do something. They need to pick themselves up and start moving themselves out of this energy. Even if they're still having to deal with this energy, if they're grieving something or something like that, the energy that I'm feeling here is saying it gets better when they start making movement forward. Doesn't mean like, especially if it is grief, it doesn't mean that the grief is going to go away, but it's starting to get that energy flowing so more healing can happen, so things can get better. And sitting around or, wallowing in a negative emotion is not moving towards progression, is not getting them out of that state. So they need to move forward. And I actually see that you might be helping them, or I feel like you seeing the possibility. When I'm seeing you, I'm seeing the possibility. Like you get the possibility, you might be holding to the side, like questioning if you should do anything or not, or if you should just wait for them to be ready, and when they're ready to help them move forward. Your challenge card is the Hierophant. I feel like a little bit more direction, a little bit more, maybe we should get up today, maybe we should, because I know some people have that when they're grieving too. I'm feeling that energy where, it's hard to get out of bed. Maybe all right, come on, how about if you just get out of bed today, maybe just have a bowl of cereal. Maybe, get in the shower, just try to clean up a little bit. I'm not saying you have to go out and live life, but let's just attempt to do a little something, just get up and move a little bit, get moving a little bit to, give life a chance. And the Hierophant in your challenge position is like you might be kind of questioning if that's something you really should be doing. But I am getting that would actually, just little things. Like let's just get up today and just do a little something. I know it's hard, but let's just do a little. Let's make little movements forward. And if you're just kind of like encouraging them and trying to help them, let's just make little movements. I feel like this could get the ball rolling. Because you have a lot of love here, and I feel like you're very caring, but you're like, come on, we got to move forward. Now, this situation, whatever's holding them down, it's also putting a lot of stress on them with the Ten of Wands. So it doesn't feel minimal. To them, it's very, very heavy. But the thing is, they do have a lot of strength in you with the Nine of Cups, especially Cups. I'm feeling this is a connection to you. Like, they do have a lot of strength in you, and when you're helping them, especially if you're kind of like, all right, let's try to do a little, let's keep going, because the way they're feeling about this, they definitely see you as their ally. I know you're their partner, but I know sometimes people aren't getting along the best. But I feel like with this situation, they are seeing you as somebody who has their best interest at heart, and they can actually look at you in a good way and feel very comfortable and secure, we're connected. They know that you have their best interest at heart. Even if they don't like it or they don't want to do what you're suggesting, they do see where you're standing, you have best of intentions, you actually care, is why you're doing this. Now, I'm noticing this card face down. The boundaries is face down on your side. It's face down like that. But it's showing up there has to be, like, at some point, boundaries have to be set. It's almost like not allowing things to backslide. Like for today, if you actually get them out of the bed, just say if that's the analogy we're using, you get them out of bed a little bit, they do a little something, maybe they take a shower, but then they're back where they were. The challenge is to not backslide. Kind of like the next day, like, all right, we did that much, we can do that much again today, let's just do it, come on. Let's just do that much and keep them going and try not to let them backslide. And I feel like that's the boundaries, oddly enough. Like, boundaries in the sense of, like, not limiting how far forward, but boundaries in the sense of, like, not allowing things to backslide. Like, you know, like, we've gotten this far, now we're going to stay this far. All right, we've gotten, like let's inch forward a little bit more. Because I feel like sooner or later, it's kind of like trying to start an old, cold engine. Sooner or later, it will catch on, and it will start and go on its own. It may have a lot of weird, fun sounds with it, but it will start, catch, and it will go. The motor will go. I feel like this is going to be stressful for you for a while. When I'm seeing the Eight of Swords with the boundaries, I feel like it's really hard to not get this person to backslide. It's almost like every day you got to fight with this person to keep them going. They're having a really hard time. Like, it feels like for some of them it's a very serious depression. They're having a hard time. But every day you trying, but it's hard to not try too hard. Trying to just, like, all right, we got this far yesterday. If we can just get this, if we just get that far today, I'm happy with that. Just, it's not that much. Come on, we can do it. It seems like it's a struggle for a while. It really does. But at some point, it will catch on, and they will take their own life forward. Be careful. Like, by the way, if you're connected with somebody who has severe depression, and they seem like they might really be having a hard time, you might want to get extra help. You might want to pull in, like, a psychiatrist. If they look like they're really not emotionally doing that well, I would recommend that. Because I'm feeling like when I'm saying some of these words, it makes me feel like somebody is really on the edge of, like, losing grip. So you might want to pull in, like, somebody else to help. Keep that in mind. If this looks really serious, it's better to call somebody else in and get somebody else's opinion rather than ending up with a different type of problem later on down the road. Because I feel like if they're especially having a really hard time getting out of bed, it just makes me nervous. Like, you might want to get professional help there to, like, try to pull this out. They might need some temporary medication. I feel like it's temporary to, like, lift their mood so they can feel like they can do this. I mean, that's obviously with the doctor's, you know, thing, but, like, I'm feeling that. Like, be careful. If it's really bad, keep that in mind. Because this situation is meant to move on. But the Death card should not be a negative thing. It should be the phase is moving on. The release of that is right with this. Like, this phase should be moving on. Hope should be coming in. You should be feeling a lot better when this is done. Like, when they finally start moving forward, you should feel good. And once they start moving forward, and, like, once they're engaged in it, and once they're invested in it, it should be fine. They got the King of Pentacles and the Trust. Once they grab hold and start moving forward, and you don't have to push as much, it should be fine from there on out. But I'm still getting that, like, if it seems like it's a very severe depression, you might want to bring somebody else in. Just be careful of that. The way this should go, you keep pushing forward, you keep trying to get them to go, and when they finally start catching on their own, you kind of guide them and keep them going, but they should take it on their own. They should be, like, living life again, connecting back in. Just keep an eye out for that, because, like, if it gets serious, for some reason I've noticed a lot of people taking their lives lately. There's a couple people I knew, and, like, I don't know what's going on this season, but there's a lot of heavy energy there every now and then, and it's just, you don't want that to happen. If it seems like they're severely depressed, just get the help. It's better to get the help than to, like, have some type of aftercourse. If they're, especially, like, I'm feeling somebody has a hard time getting out of bed, and they're not talking about how they're really feeling. Something else is severely holding them down. Getting that third party might make the whole difference here. And that is what we have for Cancer in relationships. Alright, excuse me. Let's now do Cancer, single Cancers. What do we have for single Cancers? Messages for single Cancers. What do we have for single Cancers? Abundance is at the bottom, but I saw patience before. So I think this is a good situation. But the patience kind of matches what I'm seeing at the end here in a minute. So, single cancers. You got the Ace of Cups in the past. I feel like for those of you this is going to hit with, you're reliving a little bit here. Like, I don't feel like there's a return of an old flame. I don't feel that. But I feel like there's this sense of, like, I know what I want. I've had it before, and I want it again. You know the type of relationship you want. I feel like you've had this type of relationship before that you want. For whatever reason, it moved on. But how it felt in its heyday is what you want again. You know what you want. I feel like you know what you want, and you're pulling that energy in. I'm getting a lot of, like, manifestation cards with you, too. Like, well, I'm getting this. You got the Knight. Not the Knight. That's not the Knight. That's the Magician. The Knight is coming. But the Knight is making me feel like you're manifesting, too. You got the Star card at the end. I feel like you're literally pulling in exactly what you want. There is some resistance here, and I get that. My eyes are starting to itch like crazy. Because, like, you're going forward. Currently, it's not happening. Like, currently, you're not... I feel like currently, it's just not coming together. Like, currently... When I get these two cards, the Two of Wands and the... What's the other one? The Eight of Swords is like you're out there looking... You are actively looking, like whether it's online, whether it's out meeting people, whatever you're doing, you're out there looking, trying to find somebody who would match you. It's not, you're not seeing what you want to see. It's like you're looking out the window, and there's just like sea for days. It's just kind of like there's nothing out there. It's just like it's a nice, beautiful day, but like there's nobody on the ocean. Just like hello, there's nobody there, and that's the Eight of Swords with this. You're looking. You have no problem looking, is what I'm getting. It's just not there. You're also keeping an ear out, like trying to pay attention to what's around you. Are there possibilities that have been around me that I haven't noticed before, that I should give a chance to? Like, you're listening, you're paying attention, you're just trying to keep an ear out, like where are other people meeting people? Like, anything you can do to, like, give yourself a leg up, you're definitely manifesting and moving forward. You're trying to bring something in. You know what you want. I feel like you easily know what you want. The type of person you want, you know what that is. Like, somebody who has to be attractive to you in a certain way. I don't know if it's a certain way, but, well, it could be. Like, a lot of people, I feel like, they're not very specific. Like, they have to be blonde hair, blue eyes, this many feet tall, whatever. A lot of people, it's just kind of like, I just have to have somebody who's attractive to me. That's all I'm looking for. They just have to be attractive to me. They can be butt ugly to other people, but as long as they're attractive to me, I don't care. But it's more about the emotional connection. I want somebody who has a heart, or somebody who's maybe family oriented, somebody who really, you know, like they care about how somebody else feels, somebody who talks about this, or somebody who's interested in that, something like that. You know what you want. I'm getting again. I don't think we need to drown on it, but it's like you're having a hard time. The Two of Swords is going to haunt you through this whole thing, because there's nothing to make a choice on. In the beginning, there's nothing to make a choice on. I feel like that's where we're starting. Then somebody just randomly pops in. The Knight of Wands. But I'm not sure how long this one's going to stay. Actually, I like this card. At first I was kind of nervous it might be a quick in, quick out. But I'm seeing the reason they're using the Knight of Wands is like this person comes in strong. There's a good connection. And then they're out. And there's nothing you can do about it. Well, that's this card. There's nothing you can do about it. But what I'm most noticing in the environment is the Temperance card. I feel like this is one of those things where it's in quick, out quick. Like they're here, then they're gone. But the Temperance aiding this situation is telling me more can come of it. More can come of this. This Knight of Wands is somebody that very much impresses you. You very much like this person. But it's like they're in, they're out, and there's nothing you can do about it, but there's more possibilities coming in later with this person. Like, there's more of a chance of things coming back or reconstituting later. The thing is, the way this is ending is the Star card with the Resilience. if you're able to communicate with this person, and for some of you, this person is like they're traveling. I feel like they're traveling, and maybe you met them while they were traveling. Keeping in contact with them and waiting for them to come around again might be the key, because the next time they see you, they might like more connect to you and actually be like, well, maybe there's something we can do here to strengthen this bond. Because I feel like that person's quick in, quick out, and there's more possibilities in the future. But I feel like there's a lot of stress here because it doesn't seem to be presenting itself like what it was. Like there's like you're blocked. You're blocked. You can't move forward. There's nothing you can do to move this forward. This other person seems to be caught up in something else. I'm getting it will come around again, but trying to keep in contact with this person or waiting for that seems to be a very strong stress. Especially the resilience here. There's resilience to me. It feels like it's taking a lot to keep on to this. It's kind of like this is somebody you want in your life more. You'd like to get to know them more, but the communication doesn't really feel like it's there either. The star card with it is telling me this person will show up again. There will be another chance with this person. If this happens again, I feel like you want to find a way to keep communication open. In fact, I feel like the whole purpose of this reading, if this is really hitting, if this really does actually happen, is like you want to find a way to have communication with this person. Maybe an email, maybe being able to text once in a while, maybe Facebook connection, something where you can connect with this person to keep in contact with them a little bit at least over time. I don't feel like they're going to be overly strong. They're not going to be very strong with the communication during this time period. But at least if you can keep in mind where they are, what's going on with them, that's stress. That's heavy. That's like negativity. It may be hard to do that. If you don't get that the first time, you definitely want to get it the second time, because I'm getting again, they will come around. Hopefully you'll find a way to keep in contact with them, because I do feel like there's a connection here. This person actually feels like they're too busy to really see it. Like they're too busy to really catch on that there's something good in front of them right now. Their life seems to be busy. But it's like repetition and repeating, if that's what repetition is, that seems to wake them up more and more. The fact that I do see this coming around a second time, they're like, hopefully you get that connection first off and you get that communication where you can kind of start to maybe build something. But this is also saying, like, realize this is not going to happen in 2 seconds. It's going to take a while. It might be the second time around before you're able to really establish some type of connection where you can communicate a little bit more. But this person's going to take a while to really see it. They got the Temperance card here. It's going to take them a while, a good long time to really see what they have. And it feels like the waiting game is what I really feel there. You may actually see this, and this might actually happen, and you might realize what it is and decide that this is not something you want to wait for, because it's literally something you're going to have to wait for if you want it. So this might be another heads up on why this is coming to you, kind of like, this person is a possibility. Yes, they are. But you're going to have to do a lot of waiting and wanting and wishing before it actually comes into play. So keep that in mind. And that's how that's ending. All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.